Morning guys, we're still here at the New Zealand Hutch Wilco Boat Show and we've had thousands of people through and hundreds of different questions. So we thought we'd just take this opportunity to try and answer a few of those questions that you might even not have thought to ask, but we've had this week. So we're going to do a little deep dive into the details of the True Kit range. Let's start with some of the big items on what we use to make the boats out of. The company that we use is Mailer. It's a very old German company. It's a real world leader in textiles, and the actual fabric is called Valmex Boat. It's one of their little booklets here. You can see the different fabrics, different ranges, all the specifications. So that's an important part of the True Kit range. And the other important part of the construction is the thermo-welded seams. This is a sample we've had done here. And you can see how the quality of the welding is, which is really important for the longevity of the boat, especially once you start taking them out in the sun. Here's an example of the valves we use. It's called a Bravo valve. It's an Italian valve, and they're a very simple design, very reliable. So it's what we call a push-push valve. So you push it once, valve is open, button down, push it again, valve button is up, valve is closed. Really effective Bravo valves. Now the floors of our boats is what's called a drop stitch fabric. Even though it feels really strong like a piece of wooden board or aluminium board, it's actually an inflatable floor. Well, this is great because it means the boat will pack down, but when it's pumped up to 10 psi, it becomes very stiff, and that's an integral part of all our True Kit range. And on top of the drop stitch fabric, we bond Valmex, same company, makes our non-slip fabric. It's got a diamond pattern in it. Not only does it gives you slip protection, but it gives you a real rugged finish, so that you know, your shoes and dogs and that, it's very strong for those. Now moving over here, we have a number of stainless components in the boats, including the D-rings here. The D-rings are all thermo-welded, but what's really important is all the stainless steel is marine grade, so it's all what's called 316. So that's marine grade, which means it's not going to go rusty. There's obviously several different grades of stainless steel, and some of them aren't suited to marine conditions, so that's something worth checking when you're buying a boat. Moving down the boat here, you can see one of our aluminium bench seats. Now the aluminium bench seat is good because it's one that gives you something solid to plant your bum on, but these lock into the webbings. So all the boats come with one or two of these aluminium bench seats. Moving down here a little bit further, you can see one of our Railblazer rib ports, which are standard on our boats. We always have one of these on each side of the boats, positioned so that the oars, or the rollocks from the oars, you can see the star fitting there, will clip straight in there. The oars are two-piece, but you can see the star fitting of the rollock clips in there and locks it in. And when you're not using your oars, it can be used for rod holders, fish finders. Over here you can see a navigation light fitted. So they've got a real universal fitting which you can use for a number of different uses. The other great thing with our oars is they have two positions to stow. So the oars not only can be stowed away on the tube top and behind this Velcro holder here, but we also have two Velcro holders on the inside of the tubes, so that if you've got an outboard on the back and you're not rowing the boat, you can just stow the oars completely out of the way in that position there. So all our boats have the thermo-welded handles on. You can see one of them here, very strong, and we try and position them just in the right place so they're ready to grab when you need them. Now moving forward, you can see the rubbing strake here along the side. That's so when you're bumping up against the jetty or another boat, you've got rubbing protection on the side of the boat. And as we look underneath the boat, there's a couple of things here. There's rubber rubbing protection along the bottom of each tube. That's the bit that touches the beach. And you can also see the catamaran bottom of this tactician, which is important, and all our TrueKit range have the catamaran platform. Of course, everything in our range will pack down into a bag. So hopefully that answers some of your questions that you were thinking about asking, or some of the ones you hadn't even thought about asking. See you next time.